Ambush shooting. Shooting on Sunday at another judge's home. Prominent men's rights activist killed. The investigation of shooting a federal judge's home in the U.S. News recap for Tuesday, July 21, 2020. Click the link below to read the related article and watch the video coverage. Investigators examining if killing of men's rights activist last week is connected to attack at federal judge's home. Authorities are investigating any possible connections between Roy Den Hollander, the men's rights attorney suspected of shooting a federal judge's family on Sunday, and the murder of another men's rights activist in California last week, according to a law enforcement source. The suspect in the California shooting on July 11 was believed to be wearing a FedEx uniform, the source said. Den Hollander also appears to have worn a FedEx uniform in the New Jersey shooting, CNN has reported. Den Hollander was found dead on Monday from what two law enforcement sources said is believed to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. An anti-feminist attorney with a long list of personal grievances and sexist and racist views, he is suspected of fatally shooting the son and injuring the husband of U.S. District Court Judge Esther Salas at the family's New Jersey home. Back on July 11, Mark Angelucci, the 52-year-old vice president of the National Coalition for Men, NCFM, was found unresponsive and with apparent gunshot wounds just after 4 p.m. in Cedar Pines Park, a community in Southern California, according to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. Angelucci was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect was described as an unknown male, and the motive is not known, the Sheriff's Department said. The NCFM said he was shot and killed in front of his home. NCFM President Harry Crouch told CNN affiliate KCAL that Den Hollander had once been on the organization's board but was removed after threatening Crouch. "But I want to be real clear, he's not a NCFM member." "Why isn't he?" "Because I threw him out 5 or 6 years ago, because he was a nut job," Crouch told KCAL. He did not respond to a CNN request for comment. Prominent men's rights activist killed. Angelucci was a prominent men's rights activist and served as the vice president and board member of the NCFM, an organization that fights what they argue is legal discrimination against men. He received his law degree in 2000 and the following year formed the Los Angeles chapter of the NCFM, serving as the chapter's president until 2008, the organization said. A practicing attorney, Angelucci led the organization's 2008 lawsuit against California in which an appeals court held it as unconstitutional to exclude male victims from domestic violence services. More recently, he and the NCFM won a case that argued the Selective Service Administration's male-only military draft was unconstitutional. The ruling is currently under appeal. Den Hollander had argued one case before Judge Salas in 2015 that similarly said the male-only military draft was unconstitutional. Salas sided against a part of Den Hollander's arguments last spring, but also agreed with some of his claims and allowed the lawsuit to continue on. Den Hollander exited the case in 2019 and told the law firm that picked it up that he was terminally ill. In 2016, Angelucci was featured in the film, The Red Pill, a sympathetic portrayal of the men's rights movement. The film's title refers to online communities who generally believe feminism is toxic, men are oppressed, and emasculation is ruining society. Los Angeles Times film critic Katie Walsh wrote that the film is built on a fundamental misunderstanding of the relevant terms, including rights, patriarchy, and feminism. The NCFM said in a statement it was deeply saddened by the attack on Salas's family. "We are deeply dismayed to hear that this senseless act was perpetrated by a self-described men's rights activist and unequivocally denounce anyone who uses violence to intimidate and harm people," said Harry Crouch, president of NCFM. "We offer our condolences and prayers to Judge Salas and the Andrel family." CNN's Mark Morales and Alexandra Meeks contributed to this report. Previously on photo of another female judge found in car connected to suspect who shot federal judge's family. Officials found the name and photo of New York State's chief judge in a car associated with Roy Den Hollander, the man suspected of opening fire on Sunday at another judge's home, according to Lucian Chalfin, the Unified Court System Director of Public Information. Federal officials contacted New York State Chief Judge Janet M. DeFiore after officials found her name and photo in the car, Chalfin said. The FBI agents did not indicate whether Den Hollander had intended to target DeFiore, he said. On Monday, the FBI identified Den Hollander, an anti-feminist, attorney with a long list of personal grievances and sexist and racist views, as the primary suspect in an ambush shooting at the New Jersey home of U.S. District Court Judge Esther Salas. The judge's son, Daniel Anderl, a 20-year-old student at Catholic University, was killed in the shooting, and Mark Anderl, the judge's husband and a defense attorney, was injured, according to Frida Wolfson, U.S. District Chief Judge in New Jersey. Judge Salas was unharmed, Wolfson said. Mark Anderl is out of his second surgery and in stable condition, according to his law partner, David Oakley, who added that Anderl will need another operation Tuesday. The discovery raises new questions about Den Hollander's mindset before and after the shooting and illustrates the dangers that judges, particularly female judges, face while carrying out their duties. Authorities said Den Hollander is dead. His body was found in the town of Rockland in Sullivan County, New York, according to Trooper Stephen Neville of New York State Police. Two law enforcement sources told CNN that the suspect died of what is believed to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The ambush shooting. Initial reports from law enforcement said Daniel Anderl, with his father standing right behind him, opened the door to the family home to multiple gunshots, a law enforcement source told CNN. The gunman then fled, the source said. A FedEx package addressed to Salas was found by officials in the vehicle associated with the suspect, according to a law enforcement source. The gunman appeared to be wearing a FedEx uniform, a law enforcement official with direct knowledge of the investigation told CNN. We are aware of the media reports and are fully cooperating with investigating authorities, Jonathan Lyons, a spokesman for FedEx, said in an email statement. The attack targeted a family closely entwined with the law. Salas became New Jersey's first Latina U.S. District Court judge in 2011 after she was nominated to the bench by President Barack Obama and confirmed by the Senate. Her husband Mark Anderl works as a criminal defense attorney with Anderl and Oakley, P.C., which specializes in state and federal criminal defense and juvenile and municipal court matters, according to their website. And their son Daniel Anderl, a rising junior at Catholic University in Washington, D.C., might also have had a future in law, Salas told New Jersey Monthly in 2018. I don't want to dissuade him, but I was pulling for a doctor, she said in the 2018 story. He's been arguing with us since he could talk, practicing his advocacy skills. Suspect wrote extensively on his hatred of women. Den Hollander's extensive personal writings and legal work show his obsession with personal grievances and his abusive attitudes toward women. He had unsuccessfully filed lawsuits against bars and nightclubs offering ladies' nights, claiming they violate the 14th Amendment. He filed suits against the federal government, challenging the constitutionality of its Violence Against Women Act, the Female Fraud Act, as he referred to it, and against Columbia University, for its women's studies program. Den Hollander argued one case before Salas in 2015, according to federal court records, a lawsuit where he represented a woman and her daughter as they sought to register for the military's selective service. In the case, Den Hollander's clients claimed the draft was unconstitutional because it barred women from registering. He exited the case in June 2019 and handed it over to a team of lawyers at the large New York-based law firm Boies Schiller Flexner. He said he would not be able to see the case through, because he was terminally ill, Nick Gravanti, Boies Schiller's managing partner, told CNN on Monday. In one of his writings, Den Hollander claimed he had been diagnosed with melanoma cancer in October 2018. On his website, Den Hollander wrote an autobiographical document in which he personally disparaged Salas in racist and sexist terms. While speaking about Salas, he claimed he often ran into trouble with female judges of Latin American descent, claiming they were driven by an inferiority complex. He attacked Salas' professional record and associations, and at one point, appeared to push a white nationalist belief that organizations are trying to convince America that whites, especially white males, were barbarians, and all those of a darker skin complexion were victims. In the so-called evolutionarily correct cyclopedia, Den Hollander made chilling remarks about solutions to what he called political commies and feminists. Things begin to change when individual men start taking out those specific persons responsible for destroying their lives before committing suicide, he wrote. CNN's Sonia Moog, Mark Morales, Evan Perez, Caitlin Palance and Amir Vera contributed to Monday's report. Click the link below to read the related article and watch the video coverage.